Yeah.
Smaller objects. Smaller and more manageable.
These travel a little easier.
He's no longer dragging around 3 chairs at a time until he can barter with somebody to deliver them to Equinox.
Alright.
Just 1 chair at a time.
Alright.
And like 80 cubes.
Okay.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much. See you later. That went great.
She waves goodbye and okay.
Got a cue.
Got a cue. I'm gonna remind you all of your icon rolls because people are curious.
Oh yeah,
I can see
that.
These are the outstanding icon rolls.
They are outstanding.
Mine are pretty fantastic.
Who else has a thing they want to do? If no one speaks up, I'm gonna default to head back to slots.
Well, is Margaret? Margaret must.
Can I
be
make
next.
an icon roll? I don't think I
Oh
have.
yes, that's right. You were out last
Also,
week.
Margaret's here
Please
now.
roll all your icon dice.
I would like to do that.
Yeah,
Okay.
Margaret's here. Welcome back, Margaret.
Hello.
So while you're
Where's
rolling,
Emperor?
I'm curious what Margaret's reaction to this situation will be.
Margaret was probably just, guarding the cabin when the hair started standing up on the back of her neck, and she just.
Oh, they're
Somebody's-
planning on overthrowing the Empire again.
Okay,
Happens
that's
every
6
week.
for Emperor.
I mean, presumably she saw the whole thing that happened last time with the dragon on the
That's-
literally came out of the ground in front of us.
That's a 6 Emperor and a 5 Archmage.
Okay.
Hell yeah. All our opponents. Well, sort of. Not really opponents, I guess. More just
Mages not our
philosophical.
enemy.
Okay.
Adversaries.
I've added those to the list, and now here is the complete new updated chart, roster, etc.
Great.
There's 3 High Druid 5s in play between 2 characters. So
Nice.
Hold on.
Did I have any?
And the High Druid is pretty local to this area, so I mean, you can probably
The
just
Emperor's
like.
pretty local to this area too.
wherever you're not in an urban center, the High Druid is nearby
Well, I guess that's true.
That's fair.
in influence. And
I kind of would assume that the Red Wastes would be one of the places the High Druid did not have a lot of sway, though.
That actually is a thing in the
Not
Druid.
anymore.
In the 13 True Ways Druid, it talks about deserts being relatively low points of power for Druids, even as natural places go.
Yeah.
But there is that forest right nearby, and that swamp, and
Kutsin's Forest, yeah.
yeah, a High Druid
Since
loves
folly, as they call it.
Kutsin is actually all 13 icons of his own personal country. So I mean,
The 13 icons are 13 cans of beans that he has lined up on a shelf.
This is 13 fingers and toes.
yeah.
Ugh.
In a vow?
What does that number actually mean? You decide. Kutsins. It's the Kutsins difference.
Darn Tootsin.
Darn Tootsin from Kutsin. God damn it.
Hey, Margaret, what's going on?
Hello, I'm approaching the town for the purpose of investigating from what's going on.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm here.
Oh,
Yeah, you could probably see us making a ruckus in certain places.
Just go for the highest concentration of trouble.
then what's
Okay.
going on? You've been out
I'm
here for
probably-
like 2 hours now.
Yeah, we're talking with people. We're hanging out. It's relaxing. Try
I
it
don't know
sometime.
why you left me behind. I don't see
What? I thought you were with Manuel.
you. No, you left me
Oh.
behind.
I got confused then. Sorry about that. I got
What did you do?
confused.
What are you doing here? Why is everyone skulking around like this?
Because, there's a situation. Scarlet can fill you in. Scarlet, fill her in.
Margaret looks at Scarlet with very severe eyes. She better say the right thing.
Hot Tootin' Empire.
Listen,
By
Margaret
the
is
way, be
currently
my-
very confused right now, and she will shoot you in the back with an arrow if you do not comply.
From the front, somehow.
She will request that you turn around.
clearly.
Oh,
That's the civilized
Margaret,
thing
that nobody-
to do, you know? It's wrong
nobody
to shoot
t-
someone in the head, just in the face.
nobody told you what's happening? Well, Basically, this is a whole town of my, people.
She
I
can
can
see
see
that.
Yeah.
You don't need
So-
to state the obvious.
Well, so basically, the Empire has rolled in and are imposing empirical law, and they've cracked down on them.
Sounds normal.
Well, the trouble is that the tensions have been extremely high, and there's already been outbursts of violence between both sides.
But the town is part of the Empire, right?
Well, I mean, technically, it's within the Empire's borders, I guess.
Red Waste falls in Imperial territory.
Yes.
Therefore, the people are the people the ones instigating this violence, or are the Imperial soldiers doing it?
Sounds like it's been a mix of both.
Not sure how much I really trust that, but I suppose it's worth talking to some of the people in command here to see if I can get a good assessment of the
Well,
situation.
here's my grandmother.
She
I
meant
didn't
the
mean-
she meant the
I meant
Empire.
Imperials.
She's
The
sort of
real people who are really in charge.
Yeah.
Thank you very
You
much.
know, the people who rule the town, not the people who just live here.
Scarlet
Gosh.
would refer you to Marshall Kakobi, who is head of the martial law around here these days. How about that?
Martial unit.
Very well.
He tried to make it Kakobi law, but his higher ups, and that's why he ended up here.
He's such a dweeb. Anyway, he's down here.
All right, then I'm going to go going to pay a visit to Marshall Kakobi and see how much I can make of the
Okay.
situation.
I was thinking this would be interesting, and correct me if you disagree, but Marshall Kakobi could be someone you knew, at least in passing, from your time in military service, Margaret.
That could be interesting. What did you have in mind? Like,
I think just that. It was just a seed of an idea.
What if he was the one and only superior officer that Margaret didn't respect? The only one
The
ever.
only one ever. He was such a dork. He can't do a secret operation without
maybe
whispering under his breath that it's a secret.
maybe he was actually under Margaret in terms of rank when she was actually in the army, but he's now risen above her, and also she really didn't like him.
That's cool.
Yeah, he's one of those Weasley types who got ahead, despite being such a
Okay.
What's his
Took
first name?
advantage.
Margaret will only call him by his first name.
Kakobi. It's Kakobi.
No,
Kakobi.
Kakobi is probably his. Well, no, that would be his last name, wouldn't it?
His first name is
It
Marshall.
is his last name. It is not Marshall.
What's
We've already had
That was the
captain and
gimmick in
captain.
Foothold, dang it.
Oh,
Have people named at the same rank that they are. Again.
what's his first name then?
Francis.
How about Stambly?
Stambly. What?
Eric Kakobi.
Eric Stambly Kakobi.
That is a strong bad level
Which
fake name.
Thank you, I do my best.
No, Propalo.
so which one is it? I need,
I like
I need
Stambly
to be clear here.
because it's not even a
Fine.
It's not even a real name.
Stambly. Marshall Stambly Kakobi.
It's as dumb as his last name.
That one goes out to all my bad name fans out there.
Like me.
Yeah, okay.
It goes out to me.
It goes out to you.
That's really good.
All
Well, you
right.
see who it is.
Margaret knocks on the door at the command center and says, "I need to speak to the person in command here."
Well, that you're let in because you are recognized because you are part of this undercover Imperial strike team that they're so happy to see in town.
Oh,
It can be Margaret's choice if she runs into slots or not, but he's skulking around the same area.
talking to the Lieutenant Seg.
Yep.
I can see.
mhm.
Who's also a Dragonborn
Yes.
spawn person.
Inside, Marshall Kakobi.
Corporal Stambly? What are you doing here?
It's Marshall now. And I don't have to stand up when you walk in a room anymore. That's a nice feeling.
What are... Well, congratulations are in order, I suppose.
Yes, I believe they are. Anyhow, I'm glad to see that you'll be helping out with our operation tomorrow. Do you have a plan to arrest the ringleaders, or will we be doing that ourselves?
Hold on. I have to admit, I'm not well versed in anything about what's going on at the moment. I feel like there's been some misunderstanding.
Oh, did you miss the dead drop? I swear one of your associates got it. Out of character,
I got
yes.
it, yes.
I
got it.
Well,
Bella
had it.
picked it up and relayed it to Manuel and Rip. So
Oh, yeah, we
people
just
in the
went
group
there.
know it's up. You just haven't spoken to them yet.
I don't. Scarlet does not.
Yeah. Anyhow, that's what he says.
Margaret's going to, she's not assuming if this is like it's some sort of conspiracy yet, or if this is a trick or whatever, so she's just going to sort of play along for now.
All right.
And say, well, why don't you fill me in then?
All right, fine. We'll still follow the procedure down to the letter, like we always did, way back when.
Very good.
Yes, I don't
He
understand. why
rolls
you
out
said
the
it that
itinerary,
tone.
like, all right, tomorrow afternoon there's going to be some sort of naming ceremony. It's a thing they do here. My lieutenant has informed me, even though there hasn't been one in years. Anyhow, it's very important to them, and I have decided
To ruin it.
to deign to allow them to keep it their people only as a sign of solidarity, trying to earn some trust. Of course, your people will still be inside reporting back to me. Also, it will be the perfect time when they're unawares to finally get a handle on who is instigating what. We have some people we suspect to be ringleaders. He's got a few names. You see
Can I-
the name Floor on there jump out at you.
Can I ask
But
something
yes.
out of
You're
character
saying
for 1 second?
ringleaders.
Mhm.
Is he actually that stupid, or does he not see the giant contradiction in letting them do their very important ceremony and then also rounding up their leaders and
Well,
imprisoning
where
them?
else are you going to find all of them in the same room?
That's a
Don't worry,
ridiculous.
Manuel. This is gonna be all.
That's a ridiculous thing.
You're
for you to
saying-
Don't even
say.
worry about it. I got this. Manuel,
You're
don't
saying
worry.
instigators, but what what incidents have exactly occurred? I'm not really filled in.
There have been times in the past month with near nightly riots. Right now we're in a lull. You came at a good time. Lucky for you, instead of when we really needed help. In any case, I've fought hard to get a believable level of trust and release of tensions. And we're finally going to get these people to accept Imperial rule before it gets even worse for them. Anyhow, every time we try to make an arrest or try to enforce a curfew or anything else, we're met with stern resistance. And by resistance, let me just point you to the records from our medic bay. It's not a pleasant post for my men to be on, I'm sure you can imagine.
Well, I'm not sure I quite approve your methods. It seems, unsoldierly to achieve this by subterfuge. But,
Well, you're the one now working for the intelligence department, so...
well, I suppose that is true. What are the specific details of the plan, then?
Well, I don't know your methods, but I expect to have the people on this list rounded up, apprehended, or else we are going to have to do it ourselves in force, and I don't think that would be the best solution for anyone.
It wouldn't be wise to do it during the ceremony. That would just inspire distress. It would be better to wait until after it's over and then approach them in a smaller group.
Absolutely.
Very well, I'll speak to my comrades about this. Margaret salutes.
Okay. You've got a small dossier on everyone if you care to look at it. Floor is known as a major influence. She is one of the elders around here in every sense of the word. And
She is exactly 60 years old.
yeah, why don't we say that? Floor was one of the first people to emerge.
Yeah.
That's fun that way.
Mhm.
Anyhow, They don't have anything specifically on her, but a lot of things are suspected. She has, there's a lot of aiding and abetting, which she basically admitted to with Scarlet in their scene.
Yes, it's true.
Yes, she gives people shelter and tends to their wounds when they're beaten by riot cops.
And
Shock and
so
horror.
injured a bunch of Imperial
forbid.
honest soldiers.
Yep, that too. It's a sticky wicket you've got yourselves in.
Hell yeah. Smash the state.
You've got a local leader of the Pan Reptile Party, who are the group pushing most strongly for joining Drakenhall. You've got independence leaders on here. You've got just basically anarchists. There are some anarchists in the mix. You've got their names. It's a bit of a folder. You've got, say, 5 or 6 people.
The group that's supporting joining Dragonhall seems like the lesser of the evils. We should empower them and depower the rest.
Isn't Drakenhall an enemy of the Empire now?
Wait. Oh, right. Oh. Sorry, I just got muddled for a second. The Empire is very big. It's sometimes hard to keep track of who's in and who isn't.
That's the scariest part of all.
Sometimes I forget who we're hating.
We're just going to assume everyone is. It's easier that way.
That's the end goal.
Is Rip up to anything these days?
Rip's just kind of sticking with everybody, and he doesn't really know what's going on. He's not really much for politics.
Bella's too busy in the trash, so he's got nothing.
He's trying to coax Bella out of the trash.
It's not a super secret dead drop if you're just in it all the time, Bella. They're going to figure it out.
Yeah, come on.
Scarlet.
Yeah, what?
Who's now?
Hey, Scarlet.
Do this.
Yeah?
You want to know a thing that I found out?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so I was talking to this lady, and I was talking to her a bit about, the whole situation we got here, and she's on the side of just independence for Eridu, not joining up with anyone or whatever. But I think she has connections with the Great Gold Worm, just based on some stuff that I saw her carrying around. So they might sort of be involved, and you might, if you put yourself at the front of this situation, that might get them involved in potentially a good way. Maybe kind of sort of. Anyway, also she makes these super great ceramics. Check out this cube I bought. Check it out.
Also, she was my cousin or something.
Distantly.
Which I probably don't know about.
Distant enough that most people wouldn't call you related, but as I said earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure,
So
you can say that
also
about 99% of the Dragonborn.
Exactly.
If you need any good ceramics or anything, she makes I got this cube from her. It's pretty good. But yeah. I mean, so I thought you should know, because I know that you're sort of involved with them, kind of, sort of, maybe involved.
I mean, not really by choice, but are you suggesting that I
mean, here's the deal with what I am thinking, is that's, if you're okay sort of maybe being more involved with them and being yes, I would like to be on your team, they'd probably be willing to show up and help establish just independence for Eridu, and not... and just sort of accept your loyalty-ish in return. If you're okay with that.
So
I'm not saying
you
you
think
gotta
I
do
should
it.
be a leader of these?
I'm not saying what I think you should do. I'm just telling you what I found out, okay? You gotta make your own decisions. But I thought it would be useful for you to know that.
Well, I don't know if it'd be right. I mean, these are my people, but I'm not really from here. I just sort of showed up one day.
Yeah,
Stay,
but
which
you have
I-
family here, and if you can help them, would you want to do it?
Absolutely.
Okay, then this is just one option. I'm not saying that this is the best solution or whatever. I just like I said, I just thought you should know, because I thought that it would be good for you to know that. Maybe you could go talk to her. I don't know.
Meanwhile,
That
well,
resolved nothing.
yeah.
But I mean, it's
it
planting
advanced
seeds.
things. It was a good scene.
Oh,
Strawberry has found herself in a local tavern and is that you hear cries of more mead, and it's not coming from Mint for once.
Well, it is.
Yeah.
It is, but it's not solely.
Yeah. Anyhow,
He's
let's
just in the distance. He's not even at the tavern, but he's talking about it.
yeah.
let's check in with
Hey,
Slots.
Yeah.
That's
That's
Lots.
so. I'd like to spend one of my last remaining icon relationship with the Dwarf King,
young.
or in Slot's case, with the Dwarven House of Nobles, which hates his guts. But these people don't know that because that was a long time ago. So I'm basically going to check that relationship in for Slots to kind of tell a little white lie about being a trusted advisor with the Dwarven House of Nobles, which he was. He's just not going to mention the part about the horrible things that we'll maybe get to another time.
Or that they're all long since dead, those
Yeah,
specific
yeah.
nobles.
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's semantics, It's like
With the
long
passage of time,
They're
centuries.
long standing and respectable, is I
course.
believe the words you're looking for.
Well
Of course,
rested.
of course, that is a 5, and I would like to request that 5 comes back in the form of, after this is all over, the Empire figures out what was up and gets even madder at Slots.
Oh, of course.
But for now, Slots is going to be steadily worming his way in as sort of a legal advisor, I guess you could say.
Okay.
To facilitate the official workings of the relationship between the Empire and Eridu. Headache. Anyway, so at this point, Slots has changed his outfit. He's changed out his hat for a ridiculous powdered wig. He's changed out his cloak for an official Imperial Army, pretty much diplomatic cast uniform.
Mm-hmm.
A lot more bells and whistles and a lot less protective armor. Okay.
Uh-huh.
So here's how Slots' plan works. First, he's going to come in and talk to Kakobi. Well, after Margaret leaves. Slots is waiting outside the door holding a piece of paperwork to his face so Margaret doesn't see him. And then he slips in as she closes the door.
Pay no
Margaret's
attention to
probably
the
gonna-
giant clanking chaos thing.
It's
I
fine.
was going to say one last thing to him, but
Yes, go ahead. Go
No,
for
that's
it.
fine.
What was the last thing you said
This is the
before walking
time.
out?
after reviewing the documents, Margaret has just sort of decided on, a rough course of action. She says, Corporal Stanley, I think the best thing we could do here would be to, during the ceremony, to arrest everyone but the most extreme moderate and the most extreme groups. So that would be, I guess, the town council and the anarchists. And after that way we would save face by not being seen as attacking the town directly. But the 2 remaining groups would basically tear themselves apart because they'd be so opposed instead of opposing us.
So what you're saying is you should arrest everyone who didn't do anything?
Arrest all the
That's-
innocent.
The anarchists have certainly done things.
No, she's saying
Oh.
don't arrest
Yes.
the anarchists.
Okay.
She's
Yeah,
saying
if we leave the anarchists and we leave the people who are most moderate and remove everyone in between, then the anarchists will appear basically villainous and the moderates will have to side with us. Then once we remove the anarchists from power, we'll be seen as heroes and the town will fall cleanly into Imperial hands.
what about all those people we arrested for no reason?
Oh, well, people will forget about them when they see all the bad stuff the anarchists do.
I guess that's just somewhat true.
The proof will be in the pudding, and it won't fall on my head, he says.
I don't like this guy's attitude. He hasn't changed at all since he was, well, never mind that.
Says Margaret out loud.
To his
That was-
face,
that was-
staring.
That was a soliloquy.
Oh.
Okay, I'm gonna leave.
Okay, and this is when Slots walks in.
Well, first he quietly fist bumps because this is playing right into his plans. This is playing right into his plans of a ton of pressure being on the people most in charge the day before the launching of Regulus. The shit. Sorry. Anyway, Slots comes in. He's now in his full noble garb. He looks a lot more respectable than his dusty crap that he was wearing before. Who on earth would wear that? Okay, so
So yeah,
earlier when
he just saw engineering wizard depart with their orders from one of the Archmage's 5 fingers. Yes.
Right. Oh. Anyway, I feel weird. I was just talking to Lieutenant Do One Seg. I'm fine. Okay, so I was just talking to Lieutenant. Whoa, that actually did scare me. I'm fine.
You're fine.
I'm good. Talk me down. I'm just playing 13th Age with my buddies. Okay, so I was talking to Sieg. Basically, Slots' plan hinges on a big diplomatic body like the Empire is often tripped up when it makes mistakes, and mistakes are often made by small people, or, well, small in terms of being individuals, and individuals often make mistakes when they're under a lot of pressure, like when they have a huge deadline tomorrow, like a naming ceremony or the launching of a floating city, that kind of thing.
Of course.
So he was just talking to Lieutenant Seg, who is like the only other person in this base who has administrative or diplomatic authority to actually like affect the town and that kind of thing, you know?
Yes.
And not just order troops around. So he was talking to Lieutenant Seg about how, as a local, he's familiar with the danger of the Red Waste and the Abyss, and that the Red Waste should be controlled and not absorbed into the Empire, that kind of thing.
True. It's why he got into the military, to see anything else
Yeah.
in the Empire.
Yeah. So he totally gets it. Slots is basically worming his way into Sieg's head to, when he does his part of this paperwork, to basically phrase stuff as the Red Waste and bodies contained within to not be officially part of the Empire, but under watch of the Empire, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then Slots is going to come in and talk to Kakobi, being much more respectful this time.
Oh,
But
not
basically,
pretending to be a joke machine?
hey, that was necessary. Important people like Kakobi get it, man.
Okay.
Maybe. I might have lost a few points there, but it's fine. No, he's going to come in and talk to Kakobi about a completely different subject, about how Eridu must maintain existence because it can't really disappear because it's a pretty important city being so close to the Abyss.
It's true. Now, evening has gotten farther on, the sun has set, and you're actually... weird fact most people don't mention, the Abyss is just the freakiest, creepiest looking hell nightlight across the entire city.
I inconspicuously open the window and basically explain to Kakobi, as if just making small talk, with basically the exact opposite rhetoric that I was telling Sieg, that instead of staying far away from it cautiously to prevent the Abyss from being literally within Imperial borders, that's exactly what we should do, and Eridu's importance of that, and blah, blah, blah. And then I explained to him my plan about tomorrow, when everybody's gathered, is the perfect time to, before the arresting of, the troublemakers, as Mrs. Stone. I don't know what your rank is right now. Or else
Retired.
She's retired, but she was a lieutenant.
Special Agent Stone, I guess, right now.
Yeah.
Ugh,
Oh.
Sorry.
I like it.
Mrs. Stone.
don't call Margaret that. Don't call her Special Agent Stone.
How's Mrs. Stone?
That's probably
Stone.
fine.
Just Stone.
Just
Margaret.
Stone.
Man, you're gonna
Great.
complain no matter where I go. Jeez.
That's the
Stone.
whole point of Margaret.
That's true. That's true. Give
Got
Margaret.
it in one.
Give Margaret roleplay tokens. Anyway, the idea is Slots is going to convince Kakobi that tomorrow they should make an official Imperial declaration of what exactly will happen to Eridu. And he's going to say that he was talking with Seg about it a little bit earlier and asked him to start preparing the paperwork. And he explains, since we all know exactly what we want to do with it anyway, we're all on the exact same page. So it should be relatively easy to do this official paperwork at the same time as we're carrying out the arresting operations and preparations, So Let's see. These are the pages I issued for SAG. I would appreciate it if you could fill out these forms and these reports, and then I will collate them myself to make sure there are no errors or anything, and then tomorrow you can present it after the arrests.
Oh, all right. Yeah, just fine. Just get the job done. It gets shuffled into his inbox. Not really paying much attention to it.
Don't forget about those papers. You really need to fill them out, because if we lose impact tomorrow, then there's a very high chance. I've seen this kind of thing before. There's a very high chance that the people of Regulus won't accept it if it's not issued tomorrow.
Yeah, of course we've got to keep on the ball with these things. Yes.
Yes. And then we're all we drink tea and all that, and then I'm gonna have somebody else take over now.
All right. Who's been a while? Mint, we just had a little bit. Scarlet or Manuel? Toss a coin. Who wants one?
Let's roll this
I
dice.
kind of had an idea of something.
Go for it, Scarlet. Time.
Okay, well, going off of what Mint was suggesting, I had the idea that maybe we, after the naming ceremony tomorrow, we could do some sort of like welcome home thing for Scarlet, where basically it's like, hey, our daughter's come home for the first time.
You could do that right now. Why wait? It's nighttime. It's party time.
Yeah.
Party
Well, I
time.
I thought the idea would be to do it right at the end of that event, so these things would sort of.
I'm
collide.
guessing that no matter how the event goes down, the aftermath will be a little more chaotic than is conducive to party times.
Okay. Because I figure like this would be a point where like, because my thinking is Floor would probably be behind this idea of like pushing Scarlet to be sort of out there to the rest of the community, as someone to look at, because she's sort of like, she's actually gone out and had her own sort of successful life on her own without
Hey, the first of you to, and so far only, to ever go to the Mage Academy. That's something.
to
And graduated it too.
I actually got that diploma. Like never let anybody tell me what to do. Just did my thing, So I think that's something that, and then that would be the way to get the attention of those people that Mint was talking about.
Okay. I'm telling you that it's much more likely to go the way you want it to if you just do it now instead of later. Do you want to do it now instead of later?
I mean, yeah, if you think it's well,
Okay. Well,
What better time to rally the community when all those Imperial fat cats have gone to sleep?
Not this fat cat. I'm going to be watching attentively.
Every fat cat but one.
All right.
Something
As
special about this fact.
that might be my favorite thing Margaret's ever said now.
bless you. As I said, night has fallen, and while everyone else was doing their thing, family catch-up time instead turned into, hey, come on down to the Scales and Nails. We're going to have a welcome home party for my granddaughter. Hell yes, says Floor as she walks through the city streets. And now,
I'm going to attend this, but only so I can scope out the opposition.
absolutely. The Scales and Nails, which is happens to be the tavern that Strawberry found herself in, waiting for whatever you guys are up to get done. She is not involved in this subterfuge.
Which is weird because that's sort of her deal, isn't it?
Well, yeah, but not your subterfuge. Her subterfuge. That's
So
gonna
where is
be
this place?
That's gonna be this one over here.
Okay. Invite everybody.
So everybody who wants to go should go. Rose is gonna go.
Sorry,
Scale
guys,
is
I have
gonna
to
go.
I have to do paperwork.
Shock
I'm gonna
is
follow
paperwork?
along.
gonna go.
Tough guy, come on.
Is Manuel
What?
going to
Okay.
go?
Sure, I'll go.
Yeah, let's go.
I'm bringing
Get
the
Bella out
I'm
of
bringing
the
the
garden.
nameless
Two.
the nameless newborn.
Invite the
Drax
dwarf
Bella out
king.
of the trash.
Is she your date? What?
No. Manuel's feeling kind of guilty. I mean, he never had a proper naming ceremony, and now he's feeling kind of bad that this one is going to get one that's going to be completely ruined, and he knows about it beforehand.
I need to speak to Manuel because he's the only one I can trust.
Well, I mean,
That's an interesting decision.
that's an
but it's fair.
interesting viewpoint. But yes, go ahead.
In all
So-
way, in every shape and form.
I've been informed that you've been informed about a plan to do some good work for the Empire. Manuel. I say in a hushed tone of voice. but not
Go
at
over there
all
and
like
get yourself a
And
drink.
then-
I'm gonna say to the.
And an Imperial recognized hush, which is no less than
I'm requesting
15.
your silence at this time.
If you mean I know about a certain party that's not going to go so well, then yes, I know about that.
I have some details about that I need to discuss with you.
I'm sure you do.
You are with me on this, aren't you, Manuel?
I don't have a
Margaret
personal
looks
stake
dead
in
in the
I don't
eyes.
have a personal stake in either sides of this fight, but
You are in the Empire. You are aware of that, so therefore you are obligated to help defend the Empire from those who would seek to do it harm.
well, Margaret, I was about to say that I am in debt to the Empire insofar that they wiped my criminal record clean to do
Excellent,
this task.
so you'll help me then.
Yes, I will help you, Margaret. As long
Good.
as the end result is not that
Don't
Eridu
worry.
is torn to ribbons.
We'll let the ceremony go ahead as planned. We won't ruin the ceremony itself. We'll wait until after it's over, then we'll round up some of the more dangerous leaders, but not the moderates or the ones who, are too disorganized for us to properly get our hands on. She says, but secretly it's because she wants to manipulate them. And then we'll...
Wait, I thought you trusted
Then-
Manuel. Why aren't you letting him into your secret plot?
Because saying let's inspire violence between two groups is probably not something that would, help at this point.
Right.
Maybe we can talk to him about that later.
All
What
right.
could happen?
Well, I suppose as long as everything works out in the end, then we'll
Don't worry.
do this.
When the morning comes, the townspeople won't even have realized what's happened. Well, I mean, except
Okay.
the ones who are in jail. They'll have
No,
realized.
they will not.
They definitely won't know what happened to the thing that they were all at and witnessed.
We're going to wait until after the main thing is over.